Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mike's Garage. Appreciate the comments and the subscribers. Thank you very much. Our goal is to get to 1,000. We're just about at 500 right now, so I appreciate you guys. Spread the word around. Send me your comments. I did a comment from Don I wanted to go over. If you want to read his whole story, it's down in the comments section down there. He's recent. He says about 11 years ago, he was dating a girl down in North Carolina, and her son was in the military, which we can go on and on about that because, well, let me digress here. There's a guy I work with. He's the delivery guy, okay, and he was all proud of his son and everything. His son made the football team, and he was going to go. He got a partial college to some little college somewhere up in the north. And so his son went away to college. And he used to take him in the summer, he took him as an apprentice for the driver of the FedEx truck. Okay, so hopefully he was going to get out of college and be able to work for FedEx. So something happened, the kid screwed up, he got in trouble, he got thrown out of college, couldn't get in another college. The dad told him, you got to join the Army. You got to get out of the house, I had enough of you, go join the Army. So he went and he joined the Army. And I don't know what his MOS was going to be in the Army, what he had signed up for. If he just signed up, because some people sign up and they give you a test. Unfortunately, there was another story about, and that's what they used to do in Vietnam. If you were in trouble, the judge would give you an ultimatum. Either you go join and be a fighter for the military, join the Army back in the Vietnam days, or go to jail. I mean, your neighborhood was, you were getting in trouble hanging out with your buds in the neighborhood. Go join the Army, get some discipline and all that. And that gets back to the story about the Long Bin jail. A lot of those guys just didn't want to be part of the rule following class of people, if you will. They always had a better way of doing things. Or they didn't want to be in the fight because they were drafted. They were promised some things they didn't get from their recruiter. All those things came into play. Anyway, they went AWOL. Okay, so getting back to Don's story. The kid wound up in the Army, kept going AWOL. And we had guys that were in Fort Benning with us that lived local. One guy lived about 20 miles away from Fort Benning. He was missing all the time. He'd be going for 7 or 8, 10 days, and he would come back. Just on his own. He would come back, they would fine him $20, and he would work there for 3, 4, 5 months until something else came up or he had enough of it, and he'd be going again. Now, he was truly expecting to spend his whole career in the military. He wanted to be a 20-year military guy, he wanted to get a pension, then he was just going to hang out. And he lived up in the backwoods of Georgia. I think I told another story about that. His family had a still. And you know, you read about the cabins up there where they have a well, they had an outhouse, and this is in the 60s. They had a well, they had an outhouse, they had a cabin, pretty much, a pretty big cabin, where they lived on. It was dirt roads, dirt driveway, just park on the front lawn when you got there. Stacks of firewood everywhere because they heated the house with firewood. You could see the wisps of smoke everywhere coming up out of the woods for all the stills that were there. So it's a pretty crazy place. But anyway, going AWOL was not an uncommon thing. You disappear for a couple of days, and you come back, and you get disciplined, you get slapped on the wrist. As long as you didn't do anything stupid, as long as you didn't hurt anybody or kill anybody or rape some woman or get in trouble. And really, if you got some local girl pregnant, they expected you to marry her. And a lot of guys did that. I know one guy, he was a sergeant, he wound up marrying a 14-year-old girl so he wouldn't go to jail. I mean, this is in the 60s. And he was 26 or 27 years old. How he got mixed up with a girl that young, I have no idea. But that's a whole nother story. So anyway, going AWOL, the guy, Don, his girlfriend's son, they were in South Carolina. The son was in a base in North Carolina. It had to be Fort Bragg, Fayetteville, and they didn't stay in barracks too much anymore. Once you get out of the basic training, they gave you like 2-man, a 3-man room. Sometimes there were 4 guys in a room. Depends how crowded they were there. But the discipline of keeping it clean was pretty much on you. They don't have cleaning people to come in and clean your room, okay? It's up to you. And when I was in the service, they would come to a walkthrough. And if you didn't keep your room clean, you got written up and you got an Article 15, and they would penalize you with extra guard duty, extra kitchen duty, take your pay away, all that stuff until you wised up, until you got the message that you were supposed to keep the room clean. It wasn't up to anybody else. I don't know if it's true all throughout today's Army, but if you're lacking discipline, I don't know if I want to depend on that guy that, that doesn't seem to care, okay, if you want to do that. But anyway, his situation in Fayetteville, North Carolina is sad because there was no discipline. It's poor leadership. You have to have discipline in the military. You have to do what you're supposed to do, not what you're asked to do. They tell you this is what you got to do if you have a job. Okay, if you're not a frontline soldier and you're a support person, you have to have whatever it is you're delivering or whatever your job is. You have to be able to do your job efficiently. We went through that in Vietnam, where if somebody's vehicle broke down, it was on us. They had to have the vehicle ready to go out and do what they needed to do with it and get back safely. That was the goal, that they could come down and get any motor pool, any vehicle out of the motor pool, take it wherever they needed to go, and get back, and it would be safe. Now, when it got back, we went over it, made sure it would run again another day, make sure the oil and all the fluids are up to date and all that. But anyway, get back to discipline was there, and the people in Vietnam. I think discipline has gotten a little lax over the years in the military. There was even a comment about a stress card, that you got a timeout card. If you were feeling too stressed, or you didn't want to do this, or you couldn't do that anymore, you could get the stress card. And I don't know if you had punches on the stress card, where you could say, hey, I had enough today, punch me out, I'm going to go back to the barracks or whatever. So some of the people were in there because they wanted to be. Some of the people were in there because they had no choice. They had nothing going on at home. They just wanted to get out of the neighborhood. They just wanted to get away from their family, get away from people, and go join the military and try to see if they could find a better life. Some people just went to the military just to get, I guess you could call it a free ride. You got fed, you got a place to stay. They gave you a job that you did, sometimes good, sometimes you did it half-ass, but that's one of the reasons people join the military too. Well, it's kind of a sad story. You hate to tell the sad stories. You like to keep everything upbeat, but hey, the truth is the truth. I hope to hear from some other people about some experiences they had in today's Army. I know there was similar things that went on back in the day. There's always people that go AWOL, people that, if it comes down to it, can I really trust this guy? Is this guy going to be there to help us out? So it's sad to think that, but unfortunately that part of it's true. Okay, well, thanks for watching Mike's Garage. Appreciate the subscribers, appreciate the support. If you want to support Mike's Garage, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.